the man after my own heart who fears me. He will turn people's sorrow into joy. He will rebuild as Nehemiah rebuild the temple of God. I will prosper him. I will prosper him. I will prosper him, says the Lord. We need a reformer, a reformer, a reformer in our land. We need a reformer, reformer, a reformer in our land. We need a reformer, a reformer, a reformer in our land. We need a reformer, reformer, a reformer in our The reformer will make our land flows with milk and honey again. So we need a reformer.
Teachers have not been paid for the past 3 months. Do we deserve to work and not get paid? Workers have agreed today. Ariya na got you. Ariya na got you. Ariya bela o. Ariya na got you. Listen, Ariya must go. Ariya must go. By force, by fire, Ariya must go. Ariya must go. Ariya must go.
Stupid fools. Why didn't they not invoke the name of God to save them? Foolish people. Do they think God answers the prayers of fools? I pray also, and I say without ceasing. And that's why God answers my prayers. Yes, He answers me. That's why He made me president over this nation, to deal with them and to revenge all disobedience and disloyalty. Thank you, my dear.
Long may you reign, Your Excellency. You are right. You see, their action tantamounts to civil disobedience. And God frowns at disobedience in whatever
Pastor,
form.
what is your opinion about the riot?
Well, actually, I don't think that rioting is the best answer or solution to this corrupt and ungodly government. What I think we need to do at this moment, because the Bible says in Proverbs chapter 21 verse 1 that the heart of the king is in the hands of the Lord. And like rivers of water, he turns it wherever he wishes. What I feel we need to do at this moment is to pray that God should soften the hearts of our leaders so that they will listen to the crying voices of the masses. However difficult or costly it may be, we still reserve the right to say no to whatever it is that we consider as immoral, but definitely not by violence, You see, my dear sister, there are different ways by which we can pass our messages across to the government. And I'm sure that by the grace of God, they will listen to us. They will. That same chapter 21, verse 13 of Proverbs says that whoever shuts his ears to the cry of the poor will also cry himself and will not be heard. You see, God of heaven hates a lying tongue. He hates the hands that shed innocent blood. He hates legs that run swiftly to commit evil. One thing I just know is that the soul of the wicked will never go unpunished.
Switch it off. It's nonsense. Can you hear what they're saying on national television?
Your Majesty, I don't know why these so-called men of God, why they hate people like us who are rich, or those of us who are placed in positions of authority by God himself. I don't know.
How do? You heard what that man of God said?
I heard him.
You must have stirred your conscience. How do? I want you to summon an emergency cabinet meeting tomorrow.
Oh, as Your Majesty pleases.
The reformer will make our land flows with milk and honey again.
I've heard that before. Finance Minister, what do you have to say?
Thank you, Your Excellency. The education sector got an allocation of 30 billion greens, in addition to grants from 4 international foundations, totaling 60 billion greens. We also got some assistance from international donors, about $140 million.
Observation, Your Excellency.
Yes, go ahead, Bayo.
Now, I thought we had adequate provision for the education sector in the budget.
Yes.
So why then were salaries of teachers not paid? Because I saw them on television last night demonstrating.
Mogidi, what do you have to say to that?
Actually, the allocations were made, Your Excellency, but the money was not released.
Arrant nonsense. What sort of incompetence and indiscipline is that? Huh? That is out of order. Silas.
Your Excellency.
What do you have to say? You are the finance minister.
Yeah.
What happened to the money?
Actually, sir,
Go straight to the point. Go straight to the point.
the money was used.
What? For what, Silas?
It was used to build a mansion, sir, in Honolulu. Yes. You remember, sir, that is where your children spend their vacation.
Look. Look, is this not a case of putting the cart before the horse? Salaries are not paid, and yet we go about building mansions all over the place.
Bayo. You are getting it wrong. You are getting it all wrong. Listen. Don't you know that investment in property, especially the ones overseas, appreciates over the years? While salary just goes on consumption, immediate consumption, that's all. But in any case, why must people always be depending on government at every time? Government must do this, government must do that, government must do everything. Listen, my grandfather never, never, never did he one day benefit from government at any point in time. He never made government his own business. He was very hardworking with his 5 wives and 18 children, of whom my father was one of them. They worked very hard on their farm. So, all those silly people waiting idly, lazing around for government to do something for them, they are all lazy folks. They don't only want government to put the food on the table, they also want government to spoon feed them. And look at you, my so-called ministers. You stand here looking at me just like that? Listen, if you cannot be creative and look for innovative ways to talk to these people so that they can be creative and stop depending on government at every time, I, Nelson Solomon Aria, will change tomorrow. This meeting is closed.
Attorney General, you see, you got it all wrong. Look, if our president owns a property in a foreign country, indirectly that property belongs to all of us, since that foreign country can no longer lay claim to that property. So let sleeping dogs slide.
I have the honor to introduce our special guest of honor to you all. He is the indefatigable, audacious, God-fearing, cool-headed, energetic, facultative man of the people, the Honorable Minister of Petroleum, Chief Audu Bello. I'm sure you can do better than that. And some of you, I know all of you are itching to ask some questions from the Minister of Petroleum on the things that are happening back at home. Because of time constraints, I'm limited to 5 questions. 3 from the males and 2 others from the female guests. Now, let's start from Buki Oloyala. Buki Oloyala is the daughter of the Honorable Minister of Aviation. A round of applause for her.
Thank you. Honorable Minister, sir, I'm worried about the level of poverty in our country. Virtually everybody is a beggar. I was terrified when an uncle of mine, a university professor, who brought me up, used the elder street to ask me to send him some dollars. As a matter of fact, nowadays, I'm scared of picking up any phone call from home because all discussions always end with a request for money, money, money. Are things that bad? What are you doing to alleviate this poverty?
Yes. Let's have yours, Miss Bolanle Oloya. By the way, our beauty, elegant lady is from the University of Toronto. And she is the daughter of the Minister of Education. A round of applause for her.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. Honorable Minister, sir. Early this year, I read this in a Gold Sports International magazine that some of our airplanes crashed and there were lots of lives. Investigation revealed this was due to lack of maintenance. Also, if not for God's grace, my mom would have been dead now. I was expecting her last week, but I learned her plane almost had a head-on collision with some cars that strayed on the runway. To avoid disaster, the pilot swerved and ran into a big pothole right on the runway. The front wheel of the plane was therefore damaged and also the fuselage. Thank God the plane did not catch fire because the fire maintenance service at the airport complained of lack of water. The flight therefore had to be cancelled. Sir, the International Air Travel Association has listed our airport as among the most dangerous in the world. Basic aviation gadgets like radar, control tower gear, and lighting on the runway are not functional. In short, maintenance is at 0 level. Sir, Must we wait until lives are lost before action is taken? Or don't we all feel this is a disgrace to our country? Our great country.
That's right. Quickly, let's move to Dr. Niyi Ayedun. Dr. Niyi Ayedun is the son of the Honorable Minister of Works and Transport. You can ask your questions, sir.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister, sir, my colleagues at home are roaming the street jobless. In frustration, some of them went back to acquire higher degrees, masters and PhD, only to end up at the labor market. Sir, are there no places to absorb these people?
Now, the Honorable Minister will respond.
Ladies and gentlemen, and my children also, I'm very much delighted to be in your midst once again. Actually, the 3 questions earlier asked are related, so I'll give a general answer. You see, the problem with our people is that they want the government to do everything for them. And I tell you one thing most sincerely, that if you have people who lack imagination, initiatives, and creativity, such people are bound to fail. Ultimately, they may perish. For instance, the world is constantly in a state of dynamism, and whoever fails to move with the world will ultimately be left behind. So, what are we talking about? Let these people complaining stop complaining, and let them use their initiatives to survive. Thank you.
That is it.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Please, there are still 2 more questions to be answered. Can you please ask your question, Jaide?
Thank you. Well, I am Jude Olabiwonu, son of the former establishment minister. Now, I'm angry that my dad's mansion was demolished last week. You can imagine a mansion that cost $90 million to build, demolished just like that. Now, what was the reason? It was bulldozed simply because those in power now felt the title deeds are fake. Tell me, Honorable Minister, do you think anyone in his right senses will go back to such a country to invest? I mean,
it's okay, today.
Can imagine that?
Okay. I'm very sorry, Honorable Minister. We now have the last question from Burson. Then, the Honorable Minister will answer the 2 together.
Bosun Olamposi is my name. I'm popularly called Papi J.
Papi J!
What baffles me most is that most of our people who are making waves here were invited back home to join the cabinet so that they can bring their experience to bear on governance. But rather than improve, the case is getting worse. Why? To worsen matters, in the name of reforms, my father-in-law has been thrown out of civil service after 17 years. At the age of 43, what do they expect him to do with only school certificate as qualification? Secondly, back home, people of pensionable age were afraid to retire. In most cases, fraudulent declaration of age is rampant. Why? This is because there is always a meager income or nothing to fall back on. This also explains why our politicians want to steal and smash. This explains the reason why the civil servants have to take bribe in fear of their retirement age. And our ministers have to loot and hide it in foreign banks. Why can't our government introduce government like we have in UK and America, where there is always a provision for the pensioners? Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, why not stop all this buck-passing game? I'm happy you live in a civilized and honorable society where things work and where you play your roles beautifully. But back at home, things are not the same. You know, it has gotten to a stage where the rain does not fall and people blame it on the government. If anything happens, they always call on the government first. For instance, if someone climbs an electricity pole and cuts away the electrical wires, the people will blame shortage of electricity on the government, forgetting that we all have a collective responsibility to apprehend the thieves. Not only this, the other day, can you believe that a woman, a wife, refused the love advances of her husband? The man came back to blame the government for it.
I'm not surprised.
Now, who is the government? You and I are the government. So when you blame us, blame the two of us together. After all, a bird does not fly with one wing. Neither do you clap with one hand. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm convinced that if you play your own part well, and I play my own role well, there will be no problem. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure the Honorable Minister deserves a greater applause than that. Come on, you can do better. That was brilliant. Please, pass the message on to your people at home. It is a man with thorns in the sole of his feet that goes looking for the man that will help him remove it. Ladies and gentlemen, relax, make merry, and enjoy yourself while I brief the Honorable Minister about the happenings here. Honorable Minister, sir. You come You are simply marvelous. Initially, I was nervous when those guys were asking those questions. Honestly, I was destabilized because I wasn't expecting such probing questions. I did not know where I was until I heard that applause. It was that applause that brought me back to reality. Now tell me, how did you do it?
Tade, you see, it's standard practice in this game of politics never to give in to the opposition, no matter the odds. And you see, in the game of politics, it is winner takes all because the stakes are high. Tade, why are you looking confused? Okay, let me try to simplify further. You see, it takes only a split second to turn a bad situation around. That's if you speak the truth. And you know, there's a popular slogan that says only the truth can set you free. Now, all I did was to tell the truth. And in any case, have you seen anybody who is perfect in all his ways? You see, that the country is this bad is a collective responsibility of all of us.
Is that so?
Sure.
Are people that gullible? So when are we going to stand for the truth? They are honorable?
Well, when you and I stop this game of deceit, you know, when we stop this you fool me, I fool you game. So who's calling the first shot?
Let's start from you.
No, Tade. Let me leave you to take the lead.
100% 0 is 0. No dice or cheating. Let the cheating continue, man. Honorable Minister, how much do you bring with you this time around?
Trust me, this time around, I am twisted not just the president, but also all members of the cabinet. You know, I told the president that after Abraham and the angels, he's next to God in sincerity and loyalty.
Let's go straight to the point. How much did you have with you?
Okay, I have $20 million with me. And that means teachers' salaries will not be paid, and aviation equipment will not be bought.
Who cares? When you start looking after the other, you cannot be looking after other people when you are not okay. I mean, have you ever seen where a hungry man pacifies another hungry man?
I wonder. You are right.
Wow, that's great! I mean, you should be given an award. An international award for psychophancy. Oh, well, okay. Our usual sharing formula.
Daddy, from where did you get this tricky wisdom of yours?
Best regards to the dollars with you. I'll get you a good property lawyer who will assist in banking that money.
That's fine.
Since our previous lawyer said he did not want to belong in that.
Well, I wonder what's wrong with him. He's just being foolish and cowardly.
Well, don't blame him. The Lollywood government has come up with new rules and regulations on money laundering. They have closed up their nose on all offenders. I mean, it's now 4 years in jail for offenders.
What? 4-year jail term? Nobody dares do that in our country. And even where such laws are made, people like us who enjoy immunity, the laws cannot be binding on us. You know, we're the executive, we're the legislature, we're the judiciary, all rolled into one. I'm serious. We own that country. And for a government that controls trillions, it is impossible to follow the rule of law religiously.
Okay. I'll get you a lawyer who will assist us in banking the money in his client care account. In that way, nobody will suspect anything. I mean, with that, he pays 65% into the president's account.
Good.
25% into your own account. And 10% into my own account.
Splendid.
Since he's a property lawyer, we assist you to purchase that $3.5 million mansion in the East. His price is quite high though.
Oh, there's no problem about that. Everything is in order.
Okay.
Once he performs well, he'll be paid in full.
I'm okay. Let me ease myself.
All right.
I'll be back in a jiffy.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Look, AY, very soon we'll get there and start enjoying ourselves too.
At the expense of millions of other compatriots? It's not right. Look, it doesn't even go with the teachings of Christ, which says that we should do unto others what we want them to do to us. Don't you understand?
You see, I thought your exposure to the weird American culture will have removed all the seals and traces of religiosity in you. Look here, man. I'm doing law as my second degree so that I will know what the law says about crime and discover the loopholes I can exploit so that I don't just get caught like those in power now.
Coyote, we have a spiritual and moral responsibility to make our country a better place to live in. Isn't it what the Americans, the Britons, and the Chinese are doing? What makes us different? We're not an exception, Coyote.
You know your problem?
What?
You see, you find it difficult to situate yourself in the environment in which you find yourself. You see, when you are in Rome, man, you behave like the Roman.
And when you find yourself in the den of robbers?
You must have to join them, otherwise you are a dead man.
I disagree with you.
Oh.
That is a defeatist and a cowardly attitude. Don't
Don't you know what the scriptures say?
What? It says that the tempest may rise and become turbulent, but the righteous will always overcome. As for me, I'll go back home, work hard, and change that place for the better.
Well, here comes another Messiah. Hey, why? You know what? My uncle told me recently that while he was here as a student, that was in the 60s and 70s, that immediately people finish their course of study in this country, they return back home to take up fantastic jobs. But these days, they are not ready to go back home because the jobs are no more there. They prefer to stay back here as economic refugees.
I believe it's still the same in other developed nations of the world. After completion of studies, they just stay behind and work. And if you ask them, they tell you it's not time for them to go back home. God save our nation. It's just that our leaders have to do something to arrest the situation fast.
This is a country that used to flow with milk and honey, but it has now become unfruitful.
No, don't say that. It still flows with milk and honey. Our nation is a blessed nation, you know. You know we are blessed with mineral resources that even some other developed nations of the world do not have. And they are progressing. Look, it's just that our people in leadership position will have to turn things the positive way.
See, I can't understand the ways of God.
How?
I can't understand. I wonder why these wicked people prosper, why the faithful ones suffer. They steal our money, make away with it, and acquire the good things of the world. They have houses in the United Kingdom and the United States of America. Just name it, man. I can't understand the ways of God. I just can't understand.
Listen, Kayode. They may enjoy all the good things of this world, but when they get to heaven, they will suffer. The world has not been acquired the righteous way. Don't you understand? My Bible tells me that the wicked shall be wiped off the face of the earth, while the transgressors shall be rooted out of it. Satan is at work in that country, and I tell you, he's a liar. Look, my God is a wonderful God. The book of Psalm chapter 1 tells me that the righteous shall flourish, while the ungodly shall perish.
I think we need the military to kick out this corrupt and insensitive civilian government. The military government has always been a disaster because power resides with the people. But yet, these young people should organize themselves and kick this civilian government out of power.
No, Kayode. Not another round of military. It is not by our power or by our might that we have been saved till this moment. Now listen to me. No medicine man, no magician, not even a diviner can turn the situation of that country around, except God. It is only God who can enthrone good leaders in the nation. All we need in that country is a set of God-fearing people who will contest elections and win, not hooligans. Now listen to me, Kayode. We need democratically elected people. You see, the book of Psalm, chapter 112, verses 1 to 3, says that the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. And a nation that delights in the commandment of God is a blessed nation. We need to be prayerful.
Oh, hey, why? That's Bible talk. That's Bible talk, brother. Will God send down angels from heaven to do the cleansing?
No. He can use anybody to change our lives. Really? It could be you.
Me? No.
It could be me.
Certainly not you.
And it could be anyone else.
Look, man, I know that in a nation like ours, elections can be rigged and people can be manipulated, but not you and I.
People of integrity should meet the electorate and tell them of their intentions. It is done in the United Kingdom and the United States too. Just tell them so that they won't be manipulated. More so, it will be difficult to rig elections in that situation. And above all, Kayode, we have to put God first.
Yeah. There is a sense in what I've just said. I think it's a food for thought.
Good.
On account of the wicked, don't be jealous of those who do wrong.
Hey, my ladies. How are you doing?
My presido.
Yeah, girls. You see, we are going to enjoy ourselves till daybreak.
No problem, sir.
Yeah.
Your Excellencies.
Yes, baby.
I read in yesterday's newspapers that they are going to tighten up the law on prostitution. Yes, sir. Please, sir, do something. Because if you don't, it's going to affect our operation. Ladies, what do you think?
Yes, so that's true. My president, sir. Sir, please, you have to do something about it, sir.
You see, my ladies, we are not only ruling, but we are in power. Huh? And you know what? We are going to legalize prostitution in this country. Come on, man. Come on, drink up.
After a hard day's work, it is only reasonable for us to unwind and loosen up a bit. In my own case, I just need to unwind because parents, teachers, even students all rain curses on my head on a daily basis. No, I'm serious, on a daily basis because of non-payment of teachers' salaries and closure of schools.
You see, you are right. You see, man cannot live by bread and wine and cheese, cigars, and without having the third leg of the tripod. Right. The G factor, which I have not seen here. And I'm disappointed at my ministers.
Your Excellency, Magidi.
Your Excellency, you mean the girls? Of course. You see, any gathering where the female gender is not present is no gathering at all.
I concur. I concur, Your Excellency.
Give me a minute.
Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister.
As usual, the most beautiful girl belongs to me. The rest of you can take the others.
Your Excellency, no contention.
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to compete with me?
Oh, sure.
Who can compete with Your Excellency?
Look over here. Oh, you these ministers,
Except that, you know, I just hope the babe that will be given to me this time around clicks. Because, you know, the last time the babe that was given to me just didn't click at all.
Your Excellency, the babe didn't click. And he could not double click.
Bayo has his terminology, not only in the legal area, but in the social. You are very good in law matters and also social matters.
Wow.
Hey, original organizer.
Your Excellency.
Educating organizer. Oh, give me a high five. That's my man. Hey, beautiful lady, sit down. Sit down. Come. Where are these boys? Bring the chairs. Sit down. You see?
Yeah, have a seat.
Hey, good ladies. How are you? You see, on this table, all of us are equal. Huh? We are all equal before God.
Oh, yes.
Every man is equal. So, my dear, what is your name?
Joke, sir.
Joke? Ah, very good, Joke. I like that name.
Thank you, sir.
Call me Aria Unlimited.
Your Excellency.
Forget about that. You see, look, this is the other side of me you are seeing. You see, for how long will a man continue to carry an iron armor? You see, life is short. We must relax and enjoy.
It's okay, sir.
So feel free. So, everybody take time.
Your Excellency, let the merriments continue.
So, that is it. Take it.
I mean, the call of nature. How do you handle it? How do you handle it? I'm used to it. A woman in a man's world. How about your husband? I mean, how do you handle your emotional stress? We are managing. Okay, that's right. Please, have a seat. Anyway, I have a special gift for you. That's why I brought you here. Just a moment. Hello, my dear. Here. I kept this special necklace for you. And also, you can have this 50,000 check to furnish your wardrobe.
Wow. Auntie, why me? I have not done anything to deserve all this. I'm only doing my work.
You see, I really love you.
Auntie, what's all this about?
You don't understand. I want you. I'll do anything for you. I'll do anything to make you comfortable.
But Auntie, this is an unholy alliance between two women. It is not acceptable to God. God destroyed the people of Sodom and Gomorrah for sin of such nature.
Come off it. I mean, even if it's just for once.
I cannot invite God's anger on myself just because of material things. But, hold it. Are you a lesbian?
Yes, I am a lesbian. Or you can call me a bisexual. I mean, but is there anything wrong in that? Is that a crime?
Lesbianism, according to the book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 22, is strictly forbidden by God. Although, lesbianism is an acceptable practice among many in our world today, even in churches. But society does not set the standard for God's law.
Helen, my dear, you really don't understand how I feel about you. It's normal. It's natural.
Enough! Enough of this! Many lesbians believe that all their desires are normal and that they have every right to fulfill their desires. But God does not obligate nor encourage us to fulfill all our desires, even the normal ones. All desires that violate law must be controlled. Goodbye, madam.
Helen, I thought you were more reasonable. In any case, this is between both of us. And if anyone should get to know about this, you will regret the day you were born.
I was in the service yesterday. The women program was fantastic. I wish you were there. Shade, I saw you with a group of ladies some days back. Tell me, are you still into lesbianism?
No God's creature is perfect.
Oh, stop it. It's displeasing to God.
Look, it's just a little saying. It does no harm to nobody. And it's not as grievous as murder or adultery. Look, come to think of it, it's not even one of the listed saying in the 10 Commandments.
Shade, you know we've been friends for so long.
And that's why I'm opening up to you.
Now, stop
justifying your wrongdoings. The danger of wrongdoing is the fact that it grows. Today is lesbianism, another time is drug abuse and the like. See, you have to put an end to all this.
I'll try.
Now, let me tell you, start from getting rid of this gang of people you're going out with.
No. Dupe, I can't deceive you. That will be difficult. That will be difficult.
Well, as a friend, I just wanted to know that one little sin leads to another until eventually it gets out of proportion. Please, be careful of the group of people you're going out with.
Dupe, I've not seen the children. Where are they?
They're fine.
You are the chosen one. David was the least qualified to fight with Goliath. Moses, his Tamara felt he couldn't lead the Israelites. Forget your personal inabilities. You will save my people.
So it's a dream. God help me.
Nice.
Yes, you are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Why don't you have a seat? Relax. Feel at home.
Thank you, sir.
What can I offer you? And by the way, what's your name?
I'm Tola, sir.
Okay, Tola.
I won't take anything, sir.
Come on, I insist you must take something.
Okay, sir, a bottle of orange juice will be okay.
Orange juice?
Yes.
Not gin?
No.
Beer? Stout?
Orange drink, sir.
Okay, if you insist. Tola.
Oh, sir. Why should you go to the extent of serving me? But you're just like a father to me. Where's your houseboy?
Oh, my wife is on vacation abroad, so I have to send the houseboy on holidays too.
Okay.
For more comfort, why don't you go inside the bedroom and I will soon come and join you.
I'll prefer that place, sir.
The AC is on for cool comfort.
There.
O you supreme hearer of the people, I bring Tola before you as one of your maid servants to hearken and to obey your biddings. Oh yeah. More money. More money.
Oh, this man wants to kill me. He wants to use me for his money-making ritual. God, thank God I didn't tell him my name. Oh God, I'll be better from this place.
What is that? Tola! 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 Ah! This useless girl has escaped. That was why I had problem with the rituals. I'm in big trouble. That useless girl must have given me a wrong name. No wonder I had problems with the rituals. The Papa said anytime I have problem with the rituals, I must come and see him. I hope I'm not late. I hope I'm not late yet, or else madness. This dollar, or whatever your name is, the battle line is drawn between us. There's a war. One of us must go back to where we came from. I swear.
There's time for all this when we must have...
No. Let's choose our partners now. I don't want to be the hot lady house.
Okay. This time around, to be me and you.
Great.
That's my baby.
Now go with your speech.
Okay. All over Europe and America, the police use sophisticated gadgets and trained dogs to detect cocaine and hard drug. But this time around, we are going to beat them to their game. We are going to fill up balloons and swallow them.
Yes, once in our tummies, no sniff dog can detect that.
Okay. Is this idea foolproof?
Here comes Muji again. Were you once married to the doubting Thomas? Look, there's nothing to worry about. With a diplomatic passport, we have nothing to worry about.
As you all know, secrecy is highly essential. To be on the safer side, we are going to swallow the balloons 30 minutes at the airport before the announcement is made. Is that okay?
No problem. Give me 2 bars. I want to double portion this time around.
That's my baby.
Instead of asking for God's double portion and anointing, you want to endanger your life for nothing.
Moji, what is wrong with you? 5 years ago, you were a nobody. Now that you're comfortable...
Don't mind that. A river that refuses to acknowledge its source will dry up.
Hey, girls. If you will listen to my point of view, you see, I don't have the pains of mind since we began this ungodly trade. Wherever goes are on our trails, so we girls carry guns around like soldiers. The police are after us. As a matter of fact, I used the money from this illegal trade to open a supermarket shop which is not doing well. But I have to continue to restock it so as to give the people the impression that I make my money from the shop. For how long? I said, for how long will I continue to live this life of deception? Now, I have met Christ, and I can't continue with this trade again.
Moji, life is not a bed of roses. It's full of disappointment, misery, agony, betrayal, danger, and immorality. So, what are you talking about crying, baby?
No, I can't continue this way. I can't continue. I will go crazy if I don't stop this nonsense. Here, take your air ticket and passports. I've given my life to Christ, and there is no looking back.
This is no laughing matter. Truly, you are crazy.
Better go and beg your in-laws if they are the roots of this senseless decision you're taking.
The Bible says, the foolish man accumulates wealth, not knowing who will spend it. Suppose you girls drop dead this moment.
So what's new about that? People are dying daily. If I die today, I'm satisfied that I've enjoyed my life to the brim.
Enjoy? Repent. Repent before it is too late.
Pastor, Mrs. Muji, this is not the right place to preach salvation. You better find yourself a church and go there to preach. I'll see you when you become the pastor. Look, something must be wrong with her. I mean, it's obvious. She has problems. She's a disaster to herself already. Look, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about something else.
Ayotunde, I heard it on cable news that ritual killings have now become popular at home. See, the news had it that a man was beheaded in the broad daylight, and the killer picked the head of the dead man, put it in a carrier bag, and attempted to escape with it.
Really? That's unbelievable.
Oh, wait for it. You see, the man was beheaded at a motor park.
What? Have our people become cannibals?
See, I'm so worried, AY. I'm so worried that the rate of killings at home. Imagine, assassinations, ritual killings, ethnic clashes. These are the kinds of news we hear from home these days.
All these acts are not of God. We have been whining and dining with Satan and expect the glory of God to abound.
I see.
It's impossible. Can you remember the story of the Israelites? In the book of Numbers chapter 14 verse 33. The sons of the Israelites suffered for the sins of their fathers by wandering in the wilderness for 40 good years.
And what has that to do with this?
We have to pray to God so that He can intervene and have...
Go build the country as Nehemiah rebuilt the temple.
Are you alright?
What?
What are you thinking about?
Okay. I think it has to do with fatigue.
Fatigue? Take it easy, brother. We know you are a first-class material. And if you score all the marks, what do you expect miserable students like us to do?
Oh, come off it, Kayode. Come off it.
Don't be worried on account of the wicked. Don't be jealous of those who do wrong. They will soon disappear like grass that dries up. They will all die like a withered plant. Don't be worried, my friend. Don't be worried, my friend.
Olagoke Aria, son of Nelson Solomon Aria. Goke, you look dull. What is the matter?
Dad, Biola is getting married to someone else.
And so what? Oh, God. Look, am I not entitled to some level of, peace? Problems here and problems there. And look, if she wants to get married to someone else, that is her problem. Let her go ahead. Listen, she is the loser. She has condemned herself to a life of poverty. Look, Cookie, you can get married to better girls. Countless of them. Forget about her.
You know what she said? She said she could no longer stand our ungodly ways. That we oppress the poor, we worship material possessions instead of worshiping God. And that we are agents of the devil, masquerading as Christians.
Your girlfriend, who used to come to the villa to eat chicken, drink wine, eat salad. She painted us black. When she was eating yafu in the villa, she did not know we were the devil. I see. So she's a traitor. Okay, don't worry. Just relax.
And so, if there is any man or woman here who opposes this union, let him or her speak now or forever remain silent.
Pastor Faith, you want to join a wanted man in holy wedlock? He is a security risk, and we need him at security headquarters.
What? Jesus Christ, do you realize where you are? You are in the house of God and not in the marketplace. If at all you have no respect for man, you should at least show some respect for God. This is the house of God.
What's your language? But for the fear of God in me, I should have taken you as an accomplice of this bloody criminal.
Not even the slightest respect for God.
Where are you taking him to? Don't you fear God? This is the house of God. Where are you taking him to?
You can't just go there. Not even the slightest respect for God. For God's sake, what is this?
In the house of God?
Your Excellency, the atmosphere is very tense. The people are not happy because they are hungry. I'm afraid if the situation continues this way, they may react violently when pushed to the wall.
I'll do. You are right. You see, because I've been thinking myself, the way our security operatives disrupted that wedding service yesterday will create a wrong impression about our government.
That's right.
And what's the name of that pastor?
Pastor Faith.
Yes, Pastor Faith. What's the name of his church again?
Flock of Heaven.
Flock of Heaven, or wherever they say they're going to. You know, what he will be preaching will poison the minds of the people. And that is not good for our reputation.
And the people will believe him because they see him as God's representative on earth.
Really?
Yes, Your Excellency.
We need to do something about that. But there's something I wanted to tell you. I don't understand this boy. The student union leader.
Oh, Buddy.
Yes. Why is he leading the students in demonstration against us? Don't we settle him enough?
Your Excellency. But this case is a simple one. It's a small fry. I'll ask the security operatives to deal with him squarely.
No. How do? We haven't gotten over the problem at the church yesterday. Now you want to worsen an already bad situation. No. You can't do that. You can't.
But, Your Excellency, we need to deal with that pastor, and very fast too.
Yes, you are right.
Otherwise, he may constitute a clog in the wheel of progress. Your Excellency, I have an idea. The land he uses belongs to us.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
So why don't we maneuver our ways and collect that land back from him? Then we shall see if his flock will not scatter in different directions.
How do, my man?
Your
My
Excellency.
main man.
Your Excellency.
You have my approval to handle the situation anyhow.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
You are my think tank. How do?
This is the man after my own heart.
The last paragraph reads, in your own interest, you are to vacate the premises within 7 days. Failure to comply with this directive will attract stern measures and the use of force to effect compliance.
No! The land and everything on it belongs to God. We shall not leave this place.
Brethren, I wouldn't want us to get unnecessarily agitated because of this small issue. It is too small for God to handle. The Bible always has answers to every situations and problems we find ourselves, you know. Let somebody read James 1. I'll read verse 2 and 3.
My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience.
Good. We can all hear that. Let us relax. With God on our side, who can be against us? We are all Bible scholars. One thing we know is that the battle is the Lord's, but victory is what? Ours. Let us all relax. God is going to fight our battle for us. Good afternoon.
All right, I'll get back to you. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Please, I would like to see the president. I have an urgent message for him.
Do you have an appointment with him?
I'm Pastor Faith of the Flocks of Heaven Ministry. Actually, the president is not expecting me, but I'm sure the president would like to see me. He knows me well.
All right, please have your seat, sir.
Thank you.
Yes. I will be in Harare for the summit. Yes. No. I just bought a new presidential jet. Well, a little bit over $1 billion. To be precise, 1.2 billion. Yes. Okay. That will be a League of Presidents meeting. Thank you. All right. Okay. Yes. All right. Okay. No problem. You can always spend your holiday in my country. What are friends for? I will block a whole hotel for you. Okay. We shall meet in Sao Tome and Principe. Or you prefer Honolulu Island? No problem. I will send a private jet to come and pick you up. Okay. Yeah.
Your Excellency.
Aha! Here comes the troubler of the nation. Here comes the troublemaker.
Your Excellency, men of God don't make troubles. And I'm not a troublemaker.
You see, one thing I don't understand is why you people always refuse to appreciate the good works that our government is doing. Why? Why do you people always keep, making and fomenting all kinds of trouble?
You see, Your Excellency, the people cannot and will never appreciate the reason why the police had to come to our crusade and Disruptive yesterday.
Really?
5 people, 5 God's creations with soul, spirits and bodies like you and I lost their lives yesterday.
I was not aware.
So many others were severely wounded. Your Excellency, God is not pleased that his own children are being dehumanized and brought down like animals of prey, sir.
So is that why you have come here to tongue lash me? Do I deserve all this?
You see, Your Excellency, there are too many atrocities committed on a daily basis.
Are you sure? Like what?
Good. You see, only last week, a prominent activist, Professor Otolori, the one who criticized your government in a daily politics newspaper, he was assassinated. His killers are yet to be found. And we all know the reason why he was killed.
Why?
It was only because he exposed the secret that you own $100 million in Switzerland.
But that is not true. That is not true. Do not believe rumors. Huh?
Your Excellency, you see, many of your ministers have up to 40, 60 houses in foreign countries.
Another rumor.
Your Excellency, even your petroleum minister, it's unbelievable that he has 55 solid houses. Not to talk of the money laundering case hanging on his neck in the United States. Your Excellency, the money that was supposed to be used to improve the economy and better the lives of the poor masses, it's been siphoned. I mean, they were siphoned into buying many houses in foreign countries. Your Excellency, you see, the widows and the motherless babies, they are all suffering. They are suffering. So many sick people are dying in the hospitals, all because our government hospitals don't have enough medical equipment to take care of these sick people.
No, that is not true.
And we know very well, Your Excellency, that we don't have the funds to maintain those hospitals.
No, we're taking care of them.
Our doctors and nurses, they've all ran to foreign countries.
It's by their choice.
Your Excellency, try and understand. Even our teachers are not being paid their dues. Our schools are being shut down on a daily basis while you have your children studying abroad. And to make matters worse, Your Excellency, your government had to go to the extent of legalizing prostitution, knowing fully well that God frowns at such immorality.
That's enough. I have had enough. I have had enough of this trash.
Oh, Your Excellency, the Almighty God says He's going to take away the presidency from you and hand it over to a man after his own heart.
Shut up! Shut up! Is it because I allowed you to get into my office?
Destruction awaits them! Destruction awaits whoever refuses to repent!
Hi, Nelson Solomon Aria. This riffraff.
Flows with milk and honey again. So we need a reformer that will make this land flows with milk and honey again. So we need a reformer in our land. He would be wise as a serpent, gentle as a dove, wiser in the midst of the wolves. When he stepped on out the olive,
Bimbola, how are you, my wife? How are you today?
Long time.
How are you?
You're not looking bad.
And you?
I'm impressed.
You're welcome. Come on. How are you today? You just went like that. My wife, sit down. Hey, Patricia! Bring chairs for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, bring one more.
Let's sit down. This is your face.
Uncle, good to see you again.
Thank you.
It's been so wonderful.
It's nice to have you.
I've been trying to call you. The network here seems to be a problem.
That is the usual practice around here. Really? What can we do?
Darling.
My wife. Thank you very much. Thank you for taking a very good care of my brother.
It's a pleasure, sir. How's Auntie and the children?
Oh, we're all fine. We're fine. Mama Kemi went to see her parents. She received an urgent call from them and she'll be there for about 2 or 3 days.
Okay. So how are you, Uncle?
Well, things are bad. We are managing.
Oh, it is well. I'm back now. So things are
Uncle
better.
today.
Damn!
How are you, sir?
How are you?
You're welcome.
If my eyes are not deceiving me, is this not Akoni?
Yeah!
Oh my God, how are you?
How are you,
I
sir?
don't remember him.
You're such a big boy now, you have changed.
Uncle today, you just forgot us like
No,
that.
you don't say that. I call my uncle and I ask after you guys.
Right. We were so happy when we heard about your arrival. I just called the boys that we must come and see you.
You're welcome. Thanks so much. You should be excited. How's everything?
Fine.
So, what do you do now? Aren't you working?
Where do we work? No work. You just hit the nail on the head. I must tell you that 6 years after we graduated from the university, we are still jobless.
Yes.
Really? Uncle, is it true?
Well, that is what the government is doing to our youths.
Uncle Ayotunde, you need to help us. You need to deliver us from this dilemma of ours. Please.
This is shocking. Uncle, I've not seen your children, Ayomiku and Ireti, since I arrived. Where are they?
I see myself as a childless man now. As for Ireti, she doesn't live here with me anymore. Ireti has become a prostitute.
What?
Because I couldn't raise enough money to send the 2 children to school at the same time. So she had no option than to drop out from school. She became a prostitute in order to raise money to sponsor herself in school. And as a result of long closure of schools, Ayomeku took to crime.
Damn.
He joined bad gang. Their group will hold people at gunpoint and rob them of their valuables. They rape young girls.
Jesus Christ.
They commit a lot of atrocities. They were busy doing this until the police smashed the gang, killing 2 of them. Ayomeku is in jail.
But Ireti used to be very brilliant. Why did she not apply for federal or state scholarship?
Scholar what? Scholarship? I cannot remember when last any government awarded that around here.
I see. And then what about bursary? Bursary awards?
Now it is evidently clear that it has been a long time you left home. Bursary. I think the last time such was organized around here was about 12 years ago.
But that's serious. So Ireti now flirts around?
It's a shame to the family.
It's all right, Uncle. It's all right. Everything is going to be all right in Jesus' name. All our problems will be solved. I can assure you. It's okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's very good, Uncle. Thank you very much. I'll let her know. Uncle, there are so many opportunities here. But people don't explore them. We have to make these boys useful. They need to work. What do you think?
Ayotunde, wait, what are you up to? Look, see here, it is the case of every man for himself and God for us all. Yes, it is that bad. See, as it is now, for anybody to even think of making anything right, it's like an exercise in futility.
Uncle, let us try to do the right things today so that we don't jeopardize our future. Whatever kind of seed we sow today will determine the kind of fruit we'll reap in future. Uncle, let's do something.
What are you saying, Ayotunde? I hope you are not under the spell of any of these evil forces.
A spell? Me? Uncle, I'm covered by the blood of Jesus. I'll see you later. God of heaven prosper us, and we his servants must arise and build.
Amen.
Mama, where is your public toilet? Where is the market toilet here?
You must be a stranger in this area. Toilet? We have nothing like that here.
How do you ease yourself?
Oh, we women, we squat. We use our wrapper to cover ourselves. As we defecate inside the carrier bag, then we keep it beside our stool. Then we dispose of it after the day's activity.
Damn! That's dirty, Mama. It's unhygienic. It's awful.
You must just have arrived from overseas. What's so awful about a practice that has been in existence even before you were born?
Mama, it's never too late to change for the better. Things will change, Mama.
Okay, Americana.
Hey, sorry guys, I kept you waiting. Yes, I'm very sorry. We have to start the market toilet project tomorrow. Okay. So we'll have to get some equipment ready. Like shovels, like wheelbarrow, like diggers. So we have to finish in at least 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
No, 1 week. 1 week. So Akoni, come with me. I'll get you some money. My mothers, I am very happy to announce to you that your market now has a toilet. It is ready for use anytime. I'm going to hand over the keys to the head of the market women. Mama.
Thank God. Today, we are all rejoicing. Market women, isn't it? Yes. Thank you.
Now, I'm requesting that we retain this youth. Let them build us more toilets.
Exactly.
Maintain the new one.
Yes.
And also help us to clear our drainage from time to time.
Yes, sir.
We will put them on salaries. Yes. And we are going to pay them from the pocket of the union.
Yes. Thank you very much. God bless you all. Amen. Now you guys, you now see that you are no longer jobless. Yes. Work with these women and develop this market together. God bless you all.
So, madam, it is possible to have a toilet in this market.
Oh boy, I'm glad. that someone now cares for the poor.
It is Ayotunde. That man that came from America recently. It is good to be educated. That man has won my heart. If there are just 3 of them around here, this place will make progress.
You are right, madam. Well, we thank God. Oh, boy, pay money, let's go.
So, congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Look, 15 people died in the same hospital on the same day.
What? You ready from here?
Yeah. This is ridiculous.
What? This is sad.
Darling, the way people fall sick in this country is alarming. You know, and all these diseases are preventable. There's malaria, there's typhoid, there's dysentery, and diarrhea. And all these are waterborne diseases.
You're right, my dear. Well, I think what we're going to do is to attack this disease right from the source. You see, by providing drinkable water. What about that?
You have hit the nail on the head. You see, nearly every household in this country has a well where all sorts of dirty containers are used to draw water. And now that the rains are over, people rush to stagnant bowl of water with high amounts of mosquito eggs and different types of bacteria for their water needs.
It's all right, dear. Anyway, we'll tackle all this. But like our forefathers will say, we can't put both legs in a pair of trousers at the same time. We'll tackle them one after the other. Okay?
I pray that miracle happens.
I pray too. That's serious. We have a lot to do in this country.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, customer. You're welcome.
Madam, how much is your measuring thing?
It's 2,000 green, madam.
Let me pay 1,000.
Madam, things are very dear. Please just help me buy. It's 2,000.
Okay. You can measure it. Madam!
Yes?
There's something wrong with your measuring thing.
No. It's a good one. See, don't worry. Okay, I will use another one. See, it's 5. It's 5 great.
Where I bought this Gary last month, it was filled to the brim. Look at it now. It's just 3/4 filled. No, madam.
Okay,
I can't take
I'm
it.
sorry. I will
I
use
can't take
another
it.
one. I will use another one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, let me have a look, please. Let me look at it before you do. No, I must look at it before I buy it. Madam, this measuring thing has a false bottom. This is cheating, and God does not approve of cheating. If your customers should find out about this, they won't patronize you again. And you'll be blaming other people, innocent people, for your woes. No, you have been unfair to people. This is unfair.
Please. It's not our fault. It's our government. It's what we are buying that we are selling. You know, now that the price of the fuel has really gone high, before we can carry our foodstuff from the farm, it's very costly. And that's why we're selling it. I'm sorry, I will remeasure it for you. I'm sorry.
But that doesn't mean you should be cheating innocent people. It's unfair. Mr. James.
Yes, madam.
Why didn't you buy fuel from the first filling station?
The attendants there, they've tampered with the meter. In fact, nobody goes there again to buy fuel. Unfortunately, the man, is accusing the other petrol dealer of using juju against him.
The ignorant man does not know the kind of danger he's exposing himself to.
No more poverty in a land when we have a reform.
Ayotunde, we have to do something about this case. Because, hey, electricity man, come, I'm here. They have come to, they don't know more than just disconnecting supplies.
For no just cause?
Electricity man, how are you?
I am sorry to have disturbed you, sir. Can I have your last bill?
You see, I was just preparing to go to your office to go and settle the bill when you came. You just have this for you and your boy.
Let me see the bill first. If it's an amount I can overlook, I will advise that you pay up to avoid disconnection.
Can't you understand? Are you not one of us?
I am a member of a special task force from the national headquarters. Let me see the bill, or else.
It's all right, it's all right. It's all right. Patricia!
Sir!
They bring with the bill.
Okay, sir.
It's inside that file. Thank you. Take, that is the bill.
What? 148,000 debt? Residential building? When last did you pay your bills?
You see, I have been hospitalized for some time and I was only discharged yesterday.
You couldn't have been in the hospital for 4 years. You've not paid a dime in the last 4 years.
That is true, but you see, we have a way of doing it around here.
So, you bribed a man each time they threaten to disconnect your electricity. Only God knows how much you gave out in 4 years.
Forget about that. See, you don't disconnect my supply, and for doing that, I'll give you 5,000 grains. And you must ensure that you erase that indebtedness totally from your financial records.
But uncle,
keep out of this. You don't know what is happening. You are new around here.
But uncle, it's wrong.
What is wrong with you?
On account of the wicked, don't be jealous of those who do wrong. They will soon disappear like grass that dries up. They will all die like a withered plant. Don't be worried, my friend. Don't be worried, my friend. Don't be worried, my friend. God is in control. The wicked will soon disappear like smoke and will vanish like wildflowers. You may look for them, but you won't find them, 'cause they will surely die and gone forever. Don't be worried, my friend. Don't be worried, my friend. Don't be worried, my friend. God is in control. they will